Go ahead. Whenever you're ready. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Bartow. Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean it's hard because they're all likable. But if I had to pick like I like you the least, yeah. Ah, I I mean because I like the guy with the double personality, like when he falls asleep, Cavendish. Yeah, that's one of my favorite ones as well. That's why it's like because Cavendish gives me what I feel like is a good insight into what Blackbeard could possibly be in the future. So, but we'll get into that. Yep. Yep. So as you said, this is the 23rd cover story. Now it's our 15th in the volume or in the playlist. Some of them went really close together. So the beautiful pirates beautifully sailing the beautiful seas. So we're on Cavendish's ship, and which is very cool. It seems like a really Hello Pony with a little emo flag hanging off, little style with the Straw Hats flag hanging off. Very huge. Ah, oh, by Ace's little brother. Uh, Which I mean, it's cool because now he's part of the squad and he's on better terms, I guess. Volume, yeah, volume two. He's just thinking back when he's a little kid being adored after with his little horse friend who's now sitting right beside him as a old horse. Yeah, yeah. Which I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Because in volume three, you get Cavendish is sitting in front of his adorning fans, but then you have a girl literally passed out, stroking out in the that's crazy. Yeah, yeah. And the volume three has a weird caption. It says Prince Cavendish on the Borgia bourgeois kingdom is so popular, no young ladies are getting married. Everyone is staying single. Birth rate is plummeting by the day. Dude, this is this amount of praise is next to godliness. This is crazy. Yeah, yeah. This is an album cover, dog. This is crazy. But he's down on his luck. He may be popular, but he only has 74 servants and 500 million berries. It's not a lot. Not especially not for him. Ooh. And so, but he's getting chased by the women of that village who are chasing him with their own Jolly Rogers that they made made at home. Yes. Rogers, don't you, you've already taken everything else from me. Now her. I'm sorry, who are you? Oh, because he actually wasn't there. That's even bad. He wasn't at Dressrosa, was he? Yeah, he went to Whole Cake Island. Yeah. So Bartow Club just rolls in, and this is what I forget the island name, but this is Shanks's island, which he finds out later is not the best decision to make. But we'll talk about that later on as the chapter grows. Yes, yes. I mean, this happened about 2 months ago in the story, and then he got his comeuppance 2 months later. But it's pretty. It was, he didn't go out like a bitch. That's for sure. He went out like a true straw hat like defender. Remember he drank the poison when he thought it was poison instead of giving it. Oh, dude. You know what? I changed my mind. Bartow's not my least favorite anymore. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. I I do think he has a link to Straw Hat as well because he we did have a throwback where his in Wano, where his ability was being used by one of the Wano people as well. And so I think he will be. I think he's not dead, and I think he will be around in the future. But One Piece never kills anybody unless it's Ace. No, he's he's. Oh, dude, that's crazy. Imagine somebody burning your house down and be like, "Hey, you want my hat? You want this hat?" Like, yeah, yeah. He's crying. You just destroyed his ancestral home, and you're like, "No, no, no. Hey, you know what? We're offering all citizens half off sale on stickers. So act now." And what's that? Oh, that's Red Hair Shanks's flag. Uh, yeah. Which I want to take a moment from the jokes for a second because this is a good example of Luffy's reach kind of spreading a little too far for his own liking because as we know, Luffy doesn't like this shit. The merch aside, he doesn't like. No, no. And then on top of that, when you find out who he's doing it to, he would probably help Shanks beat your ass. And then he's like, so Luffy, this being done in Luffy's name is pretty, it's bad, which is why it's, I mean, this is how I imagine Fishman Island going down. Like the prophecy finally being fulfilled is like not Luffy technically destroying it, but his reach, his people. his group or whatever destroying it, and then that's what kind of happened. But yeah, I could burn your house down with no consequences. That's what freedom means to me. It's like, no, that's not what happens. But then we go to the ships of the Haposi army, Haposui army. And so we finally get an insight to on how they were hired. Remember, this is the defense team. This is the security unit that helps us at the Reverie. Helps defend Shirahoshi and drops fucking hammers on top of Charlos. Kills him in any other manga or anime, but he's still alive here. Mhm. Very true. Ooh, that's a good point. I like that. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't even have to be a good place. I mean, let's look at our world. It's like you have a lot of ex-American military members who are for hire for secret, military operations in other countries like now. So, I mean, you could be from a good place if you're strong, like a Kaido or something like that. We'll use you. That's for sure. Ah, yeah. I mean, look, what are you gonna do? That's fine. And then even she's like, I was gonna do him the honor of being my 26th husband. She has 25 husbands. You're good. Yeah. Ooh, good call. Yeah. And then we see the marriage between Donsei and Baby Five. Um, yeah. Or like a gang Beige type style, like family unit. It's a couple years. It's a couple years. That's only a couple. Uh, who's this? Trouble Los Angeles. Oh, who is this group? I can't remember. Ah, reminds me of Snake Man quite a bit. I don't know why, but I scrolled down and saw him, and I was like, oh yeah, you kind of look like Snake Man, like Luffy a little bit. Oh, that's not the guy you were thinking of. Oh, reminds me of Chad actually from Bleach. Yeah, with the shields on his arm, that kind of reminds me of Chad. Ideo. Yeah, they're. I mean, it's fine. These were side characters of side characters. It is nice to see that they're staying sharpened, while, while we haven't seen them. That way, when we call upon them, they're ready to go. Mm, fair. Yeah. I mean, must have. And it also happened separately from the Void Center. It's like it's not a world war, it's just a civil war. It's like yeah, yeah, dude. Like two biker gangs going at it over there, but it's like, nah, you had sex with my wife. It's like I don't care what they're fighting about. I'm fighting you. But they leave him there. I mean, they're like, hey, we're you know what, we're done with this. Either you, yeah, make friends or kill each other. It's up to you. Whatever. I mean, you guys are stuck here. But now, oh, no, no. Oda got me in the room. Oda got me in the room, though. You know, big deal. I'm in the group chat. I'm getting weapon. I'm getting military operations and 11:45 a week early. That's his new flag. Is that his new flag? That's pretty. That's pretty. That's a pretty sweet flag. I like that. I get it. That ain't a bad flag. No, no, no. That's his arms. Like that's his. That's. Am I wrong? Is it an H? No, it's IDEO, right? Um. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I mean, he's a good character design too. But then we go over to Leo. Is she not? Isn't she over there to the right? Isn't that Mushu? Mushi, Mushi. Yeah. Um, they're also being hired as security for the Reverie. So I mean, this is before all that. I mean, he's no one to be he's not to be messed with either, by the way, guys. Leo, I mean, the way he it was just St. Charlos, but the way he bashed that guy's head in, it was that's killing a normal everyday human. So mhm, yep, yeah. Well, and it's very similar to proxy wars. I mean, we as a world right now, we have so many proxy wars where it's like these people are fighting these people, but it actually is just because the US and China are really mad at each other. And it's like, oh, so it's not these two people fighting, it's these two nations. And it's very similar to this. Yeah, yeah. Actually, don't even. So it's like Shirahoshi and these Charlos people. It's like, no, we'll just actually just hire them to beat your ass. That way, if you want to kill somebody, it's gonna be them. It's not gonna be me. I didn't do anything. And that's the lesson we learned during the reverie. And that's what's his name, the guy who eventually died to Garling. Like he taught us that like no, they're independent from all nations. They can do it. You can't. But Usopp. Usopp. Yeah. But I mean, it's cute. I mean, and it probably is the same size as like a normal one of our ships, like a normal like life raft, like the Frankie 2 or some shit like that. The Battle Frankie 2, the boat. Yeah, dude. What sucks though is that even the smallest wave is gonna capsize this son of a bitch. Like that's what sucks. They have to, right? That's what I'm thinking too. Uh, they're not flying our flag, which is a big no-no. I don't know why they're not. Where's our Jolly Roger? Ah, very true, very true. And so we got hired to be security for the Weatherly. Dude, he's so adorable. And so yeah, like we said earlier, is that he gets hired on. But now we jump to a different part of this where it's Buggy and the Hardened Pirate, or the Elbaf Giant Warrior Pirates. But this is where a lot of your big streamers really honed in on these next couple pictures, and that's how they were able to determine who the sun god was when we first arrive on Elbaf, which is very interesting. I never watched, I never looked at these cover stories or anything like that, and I think Corey's the same. But these are the giant warrior pirates leaving Buggy's delivery service, and so we get a rundown of everyone. First, we get Haradine, then we get Stanson. Stanson is cool. Yeah, and like he looks like he's like can handle himself. Uh, Road, Gold. I mean, Road is cool. Road is going to be one of the ones that are around us probably the most. Ever since we got to Elbath, he's been kind of around us the most, I believe, as far as Luffy and them. But I mean, he's a creepy guy, so we'll see if he can make his way back. We got Goldberg. Goldberg's cool. He has a what I think is a homie shield. Mother Carmel. Yep. Well, and that is very interesting because I actually think the only reason that they are still around is the way that Mother Carmel died, where it was like it wasn't a reincarnation, it was just straight absorption in a way. But I do love the idea that maybe Mother Carmel gave this to this family decades ago, and it's like maybe a family heirloom type of thing. He is my pick for the traitor. Yeah. It's like, yeah, you weren't supposed to. Yeah. He's the cook. He's the mm, yeah. I think at one point in time you told me that this was like the original Nami design, right? With the axe. So I mean, we're looking at alternative timeline Nami right here because it's very similar. And I think this might actually be who Sanji ends up marrying. I think he ends up going the uh Yasan route, and he might stay on Elbath at the end. Who knows? Mm. Yeah, and it looks like he sticks to like a pretty good regimen. I mean, he's trying to be like, hey, I'm folding my clothes at 6 a.m. Dude, does he just grow like four sizes bigger in the next like chapter? It's like Jesus, like you look tiny, and then you just yeah. What is this? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. 10 a.m. cleaning check, and so like he's going around making sure everything's spick and span. Ah, Columbo. That's stealing a 56 ship fleet in a tearful departure. Yeah. Dude, what an eventful day. 3 p.m. planning chart for the pirating activities. He's charting for pirate activities. It's usually get drunk and then step two is find food or something. 4 p.m. First pirating campaign. launch launch attack. 4:30. They were poorer than anticipated. Now distributing supplies. So you just bomb. Yeah, great. Thanks. Yeah, like patchwork. That's crazy. Here you go. 5 p.m. Given a hero send off. My big pirate debut was a failure. Yeah, yeah, it was. Yeah. Village of dyed goods. I think this is pretty cute. I like this. Like, if these were all like United Nations, I get the United Nations type of feeling. You get all these nations coming together. I don't know. I was like, oh, Bellamy, Master Dyer. I wonder if he's gonna make us some straw hat merch. Yeah. Yeah. It's so sad. Yeah, it's so sad. Yeah, and it was also somebody like he beat him pretty handedly originally. And then like even in like the return of Bellamy versus Luffy, like he just beats his ass even more because like he doesn't throw a punch because Bellamy's being like controlled by Dofi at that point. And so like to me, I would feel defeated because at one point I made fun of this kid and now he's doing all of this for me. Like that's crazy. That is I like it. I like it. I think Bellamy will be end up on our team, end up on our side. Then we have our three major players of the Grand Fleet. Well, I guess at this point, but now we have Harden who's kind of there. And boom. Yeah. Uh, and all of this to say that Luffy over the years, now this is just the official pirate groups. We are not talking the Scabbards and the people of Wano. We're not talking Elbaf. We're not talking the Kingdom of Alabasta. We're not talking about the Kingdom in the Sky, Skypiea. Like these are also allies of ours that will be there. So we got a pretty good team that we're rocking with. And then the Revolutionaries, I guess, but who knows where they'll fall. Fishman, thank you. Perfect. I said most of the Marines. Yeah, yeah. The make and like I think eventually Kobe and whatever group he's leading of Marines. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep. We got two more until we're up to date. We got Gang Beige in the next one. So stick around. Tell us what you guys liked about this cover story. I mean, catching up with the Grand Fleet members is pretty nice, especially knowing some of them here recently may have actually been killed. And looking at you, Barto, like we don't know if he's alive. I don't think Shanks would kill him, but I guess who are we to tell? I mean, Yasop destroyed that ship pretty easily. So, hmm. I was gonna say, yeah, I was gonna say, Kid was kind of his own. Yeah, they are now. Yeah, it really could. Peace.